Hey Danny, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Mercedes-Benz SL, and I pay $1,200 a month.
We did, started to cry, then remembered I just won my first Grammy!
Mic check, this is the Midwest Perspective, your coin-loving commentator. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the seeming epidemic of car loan payments here in the US, where car loan payments are now equal to rent payments for a lot of folks. It's madness. I've got a bunch of videos here front to back, and as a quick aside, about 2% of y'all end up subscribing, so if you do like the video, please consider doing that. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's hop into it.
Don't forget, I'm also just a girl.
I drive an older Lexus. Somebody rear-ended me in the back. Got a check for that. Somebody damn near T-boned me. I didn't get a check for that one because I let her go because she had her kids in the car and my car barely had any damage. But I'm gonna ride that bitch till the wheels fall off because I bought it cash. Okay? I haven't had a car note in years. And guess what? My next car, I want IS250 or IS350. Gonna pay it cash. Y'all can have the car notes. Y'all can have all that. I don't want it. Okay, if I don't own it, it ain't mine and I don't need it.
We did, started to cry, then remembered I just won my first Grammy!
Now, me personally, you couldn't put, something up to my head threatening my life for me to want to have to pay more than $200 to $300 a month in car payments, because you're going to still have insurance, you're going to still have gas, you're going to still have depreciation, and where I am, you're going to have to pay for a parking spot too. It just makes no sense to drive any kind of nice vehicle when you don't have the means to do so or to pay in cash, like in that first clip. If you're buying in cash, run that thing into the ground. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, that, oh, you need to get a new car, or, oh, your car looks old. Who cares? If it gets you from point A to point B, you're saving money and you're putting it towards things that actually matter. But what do y'all think? Do you have cars that you've driven into the ground? I'd love to hear from y'all on what the experience y'all have had when it comes to your old cars. I know I've had a bunch.
Dinar, what's your car payment and what car do you have?
My car payment is $700 and I drive a CLA.
Okay. All right, Chris, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
Zero, and I drive a Samurai Spider.
Okay. What's your car payment, Walter?
$371.
Whoa, and what do you drive?
Toyota Tacoma.
Nice. Hey Danny, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Mercedes-Benz SL, and I pay $1,200 a month for it.
Oh shit, okay. Tammy, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I don't drive. I'm a passenger princess.
She's a passenger princess. Evan, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
EQE, $400.
Ooh, for the low. Hey Kevin, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I have EQE 350, and my car payment is around $600.
Okay. Hey Christian, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
$300. A Nissan Versa.
Okay. Hey Andy, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I have a few cars, and I don't pay the payment.
Paid them off.
Yeah.
Hey Diego, what's your car payment and what do you drive?
I drive a Honda Accord, like $450 a month.
I want to know what y'all's car payments are every month, because I refuse to believe that I am the only person with a high car payment, and I refuse to believe that my husband is the only man with a high truck payment. I don't know if y'all see it, but I literally see vehicles posted for sale now for like $100,000 to almost $200,000. And there is absolutely no way that people are purchasing these vehicles without paying a high car payment. So y'all are mad at me, and I know that I am not the only person with these high-ass car payments. I'm not. And other people just might not be telling you what their car payments are, but there are a lot of people with these high car payments for absolutely no reason. Vehicles now are not the same cost as vehicles used to be. I can look online and find a hoopty, and it's going to be like $15,000. That is wild. So please, tell me what your car payments are, because I need to prove a point that I am not the only person in this predicament. Especially people that bought their cars a few years ago during the pandemic, because that is when the cars started getting really high, which is when I bought our vehicles. So tell me, Do you have a high car payment or do you have a low car payment? Because there's got to be way more high car payments than just me.
So $1,200 for any kind of Mercedes when you are not either buying it in cash or have enough in shares to be making that in dividends per month is insane to me. That's more than my rent payment for a car. It's wild to see the differential between you have people at the dealership and you have someone who seemingly was at the dealership during COVID and now has extremely expensive payments on their cars every single month. I'll put you onto some free game. I think the car dealerships have been way overzealous over the last 12 to 24 months during COVID, and now the reckoning is seeming to come because nobody wants to pay these insane prices with these 5 to 6% interest rates. The car payment fiasco that we've been into, I think, is going to start normalizing here in the next few months. I mean, if you check used car prices, they're down by almost 15%, and for EVs, they're down even more. I think we're going to continue to see this roll out into the future, but making sure that you are fiscally responsible and that you don't let your impulses get ahead of you when it comes to a car payment that you're going to have to make for 60 to 72 months, it makes sense to be the responsible person here, right? Whether that be buying an old used car or getting something on a lease or whatever it may be, you just got to be smart here because these dealerships, even their employees, are in the trenches every single month making these car payments. They've basically got their own staff getting high on their own supply. It's crazy.
It took me $18,000 to realize no car payment and a cheap car is the way to go. Here's what I'm driving currently, my beautiful 2003 Toyota Corolla with 165,000 miles. And this is the car that cost me about $18,000 over the course of 3 years. I don't know why it's tweaking like this, but it's a 2020 Kia Stinger. I paid $354 a month for 3 years. Mind you, this was my first car I had when I was about 18 years old. It was a Hyundai Sonata. I paid it off and decided to take the money after selling it and put it down on the Kia Stinger. I was working in insurance as a 19-year-old and they told me, hey man, you're gonna want a car that you can love to drive if you're gonna be driving long distance to your appointments, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they kind of sold me on the concept of wanting a cool car to pull up to my clients' houses with. And that was the last thing I needed as a 19-year-old, to have an excuse to get a fancy car because I was making a little bit more money than people who were my age. So here's what I learned after having the car for 3 years and now getting back into a Corolla at 24. Having the fancy car was cool for about 6 months to a year until I realized I'm paying so much money just to drive this thing and it doesn't make my life any different. Yeah, girls might be like, dang, you got a nice car, but if you don't have game, you don't have game, whether you got a car or not. The homies loved it, but they also loved the simple cheap car. So it doesn't really matter if you got real homies, they don't care what you're whipping in. When I first hopped in the Corolla, it was pretty humbling because some people might see it as a beater, but after being in that nice car for 3 years and having fucking roll down windows, it's a little humbling. For me, maybe it felt like I needed to be humbled because honestly, now I have more money in my savings. I'm able to invest more money every month and I can go on vacation or do the things that I want because I don't have to worry about spending and saving almost $400 every month on just driving. I don't see myself needing or wanting a car payment for anything in the near future. So for now, I'll probably just keep buying cars, putting some money into it, and enjoying the fact that I don't have a monthly payment every month. So that's what I learned from spending $18,000 on a brand new vehicle, and I'm happy now.
Not having a car payment over looking bougie is such a freaking flex, and I'll tell you guys why, okay? Back in high school, right when I graduated, I had an ugly piece of car, okay? I bought the car for $3,000. It was so bad that when I would go to my classes for college, I would wait till everyone left the damn parking structure until I would hop out of my car. When I would go to the drive-thru, my window couldn't roll down. It was motherfucking broken. I was not gonna pay like $5,000 to fix the car because that's what they quoted me, something around that. I would have to open my door at the drive-thru to like pay my card and to receive the food. So I was very embarrassed, okay? I was very embarrassed in my car. My friends though, they had nice cars. They were making $500 to $600 car payments. I was making $0 because my piece of crap costed only $3,000. It still got me from point A to point B. It was still doing its job. It looked ugly on the outside, but the inside, it was working hard, okay? It was getting me there. Fast forward, like now I have obviously a nicer car. Is it a brand new? No. But it's a nicer car. Did I buy it used? Yes, for $10,000, and it still has lasted me 4 years. I don't have a car payment on this one either. Like, I used to care so much what people thought about me. You know, straight out of high school, you know, you kind of care what your friends think and stuff. But, like, why? Why did I care? I don't know. I can't even justify why I cared. And if you do have a nice car, like, good for you, you know, like, truly. But that to me is a flex to not have one, at least for my situation.
I wanted to close this out with a video of young folks who actually understand the bigger picture, right? They don't care that, oh, my friends will flex on me. If you have good friends, they don't care. And when you're saving $500 a month over a few years, if you just put that in the market or put it towards a down payment on a house, like, you're going to be way ahead of all these people paying all these dumb car payments every month for a car that just gets them from home to work. Like, if it's not a work vehicle or you're doing it for sales and you're writing it off, why are you getting these cars? It makes no sense. I personally ran numbers. I remember I was gonna get a Toyota 4Runner about 4 years ago, and I was looking at the price. That was back when I was not in the Midwest. And had I bought that car and I had made payments, I would have, over the last 4 years, paid almost $20,000. That is now just sitting in my pocket, which honestly right now is just in the market, making me money every single day while I'm asleep. So it's madness. I think that anyone who is considering getting a car should really look at what they need and what they can get for the price. There's so many great cars out there that are under $10,000, that are under $5,000 for that matter, and have lower insurance rates and comparable gas prices when you're going to be spending, a little bit less efficiency on the engine. But regardless, I really appreciate all y'all. If you made it to this point, y'all are the best. I've got other videos on the channel. You can see them right here. Please consider like, comment, subscribe. I read every single comment. But with that, I'm out of here. Wish y'all the best. Peace.